If you were to ask me what lesson learned surprised me the most about this summer 2024, and I tell you that I stood up to a bully, like, babe, what? Oh goodness, summer 2024, you healed me in a soothing, calm way, even though you brought your chaotic energy up in here too. As I stepped outside my comfort zone and began making these videos, technically late spring, since I did start, June 1st. But anyways, this is a recap starting June 21st, because of course, summer. So, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. I can see clearly now. Please let me know you know that song. So, I can see clearly how important it is now and to know that you're meant to be here where you are right now. The path in front of you at this very instant, no matter how ridiculously hard and challenging and eternal it may seem time, just like when you're going up a roller coaster ride, it is needed to get to the other side. And what's on the other side? A smooth, clear path, and most of all, a lesson learned. Down the roller coaster ride you go. I learned once more, and in a more definite way, this summer at least, that I'm meant to be at this very current job, current home, current situation, current everything, because everything around me holds, and in this case, held a life lesson that I need to master once and for all. For example, not everything is greener on the other side. I used to think the fancier the home, the more love inside. The nicer the car, the kinder the person. The higher you're up in a job or you're a CEO meant that you were put together or you were helping others that were beneath you. And yes, you're here looking at me like, what planet did you come from? And even though it might be embarrassing to confess these things, I'm here saying them because no matter where you come in life, this is something we always think about, even pre-social media. Believe me. We always thought it is better on the other side, that the person is better because they have a house. That person is better because of their financial status. That person is achieving all their personal goals since they're so fit, they got a family, they travel so much, they have their own business, and so on and so forth. You get it. And with this lesson in particular, it wasn't only a matter of this summer, but the past year overall. I've seen both extremes, in all areas, in business and teaching and breaking generational trauma and finance and family life and being a business owner, all of it. Because I've met so many people throughout the past year, throughout all the different events and social activities that I do in my jobs. Goodness. I want this lesson to stick with me this time around because it's truly a pleasure knowing that what is meant for me is right in front of me. And this is where I'm meant to be right now because the lessons that I've learned this summer throughout everything that's literally in front of me is a beautiful sight to see. For example, another example is being yourself is always best. This is another one that I got earlier this year, just about early spring, but it didn't hit me until the end of summer. And as I taught over 300 students throughout this summer only, because during the year there's a lot more, I got reminded of one important thing overall in my classes, that they were able to be themselves because I was myself. For good or for bad, because I did have some rough and tumble moments with them, which is normal since we're all human and learning. For the good of it all, I was my Disney-loving, full of games, music all the time, dance parties, thought-provoking self to them. This also included the way I dress, the tattoos I have, and everything that came alongside of it. In a world where we can be anything we want, let's be ourselves. Loving who I am at this time, even though it's not always 100% perfect of the time yet, is truly a gift. I can see it clearly now, that being who I am offline and online has a ripple effect, and most of all, makes me whole and happy. So we keep going, we keep on going, posting or not, we keep showing up. Talking about that and talking about being myself, let's talk about friendships for a quick hot moment. Friends do come and go as they're here for a season. This is definitely a life reminder that this summer taught me again because I have been thinking about it for a while now. And this time, I can pretty much guarantee the lesson learned. As much of an introvert that I can be and a hermit all the way and love being cozy and reading my books and seeing my shows and cuddling with my cat, I know that we need community, and I thrive when I hear other people's stories. I can share moments and continue to express myself alongside them. With that comes waves of people in and out. Long are the days where there were so many to count. Well, there were too many to count, better said, as almost all of us go through that phase of just simply hanging out with the whole world. Or at least that's what it felt like way back when. Now it is more of a realization of those who I once walked alongside and now no longer do. I've served their purpose and they've served their purpose in mine. For one day we had similar ideas of living life and even evolving. Then as time went on, we chose different things and we went separate ways. I know I can have friends from all walks of life, and that's good. That diversity and opposing looks do help. But I also know that if it turns out to be a one-way street or a constant cry of help or anything in between, if nothing was done, or better said, if nothing was left to be done, it is okay to walk away. As for some people, come for a season, always for a reason, but some of them just for a season, regardless, no matter who they are. All this to say that the newcomers, the oldies, and everyone in between, from events to networking to peers to you all, I'm thankful to have aligned with people who are becoming more my soul family and seeing that there's not only hope on the other side, but also duality, affection, desire, and more. Slowly and surely, it does come together, as long as you keep working at it and on it, and just being honest with yourself along the way too, of course. And for the grand finale, to wrap up this little mini summary of summer 2024, standing up to a bully firsthand was a new one for me. At least at this age, at least in this way, I'm still baffled, but at the same time, totally chill with it. Because I've used my voice before. I'm a mental health advocate, a sharer of tales, a mentor, a teacher, a friend, a mom. And each time that I use my voice, I know I stand in my power. And I do what I can to either get the justice I need in that moment or drop some words of wisdom, hoping that they stick, of course. As far as standing up to bullies, my goodness, this is crazy, isn't it? As far as standing up to bullies, I've come a long way. Because I was so quiet before. I was like a ghost. And even though I do love ghosties, something there to unpack in therapy as well. Feeling like a ghost in real life for most of my life wasn't cutting it or wasn't fair. So I did something about that. Whether it was with friends or my partner or at work or online, I started showing up more as myself, as, we discussed earlier, and in many other videos. What happened along the way that many times that I've had bullies, I stayed quiet or walked away. And in this particular case, I could not do either due to circumstances. So I stood up as strong as I could, as fearlessly as I could, and I told my truth. Set my boundaries and reminded myself and the other person in question that no is no and no is a full answer. You don't know how much that meant, to say and to do. In such a scary and tricky situation, I had to use my voice and let them know that no means no. Yep, let that sink in. So, on to the point of this video. This summer might not have been as I thought it would look, nor as I wanted it to look. It was what I needed, and for that I'm grateful. It's taught me so many life lessons. I feel like a new person. I feel like I've transformed. I feel the butterflies. I feel the passion. I feel it all coming back to me. I feel more and more like myself standing up here in front of you. So, here's to all the important understandings of selves, and I'm in awe of what it was. I can see clearly now. Here's to you, summer 2024, and to whatever comes next. Thanks to you. Let's bring it, fall 2024.